Hello, my name is Thomas Mick. I am the author of the blog at commonsensetome.com. The contact information for my blog and myself will be put in the description below. This is a recitation of my article, Our Natural Right of Self-Defense. The Bill of Rights, Article 4, is sufficient for invalidating any attempt by Congress to infringe upon our rights to keep and bear arms of any type or quantity as we see fit. It should become extremely hazardous for anyone in the law enforcement community to attempt to enforce any law restricting that right, as the only effective defense against it is force. Once we bought into the argument that the courts should adjudicate such non-laws, surrender to law enforcement and disarmament became acceptable to our people. No attempt, except when disarming and arresting someone committing a crime against another person or persons, should be allowed by any person. Surrendering your arms under such a circumstance effectively forfeits your rights at that moment and subjects you to abuse by either the officer performing the disarmament or the courts you're surrendering to. Officers of the court are sworn to support and defend the Constitution. Those attempting to disarm you are violating their oaths and stepping outside the law. The responsible action for a people faced with such usurpation is to defend themselves against it, not with lawyers, but with force. Submitting yourself to a jurisdiction that doesn't recognize your right of self-defense is also akin to surrender, since they have already made a determination against that right by failing to support the Bill of Rights, Article 4. Remember, the right of self-defense is a natural right that is inherent in every man and woman, granted by our Creator at birth, and every creature possesses it. Submitting to arbitrary government that would deny you that right under any pretense is submitting to usurpation, regardless of the terms of any constitution for such government. Surrendering your arms is surrendering your life and property. Once you've disarmed yourself, you no longer have the means to protect what is yours, effectively putting it in the hands of any superior force, either criminal or government, that chooses to come and take it. That includes the virtue of your women and your children, since you're also no longer capable of defending them as well. Think about the implications. I am also putting the embedding the video Innocence Betrayed, the story of gun control worldwide by Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership, which is actually one of the only, if not the only, organization defending our right to keep and bear arms, or actually not just defending, but advancing it by promoting it. I'm not going to have a whole lot more to say, except that I've written in a previous article, and I forget which one. I've been kind of in a blizzard of writing articles in the last 6 months or so. That every creature, I mean, it's self-evident. If you take a hike and you spend any time in the wilderness, you're going to notice that every creature in creation has a way of defending itself. Either the bird by flight, or even claws on a bird if they're a bird of prey, to the lowly field mouse. Every creature has a means to defend itself. Maybe futile in the case of a mouse and a cat, but in the case of a bear, they have claws and teeth, and they're powerful. The only thing that separates us from them in that regard is our guns. If we're out in the wilderness and we decide to pet one of their lovely little cubs and mama comes a-running, guess what, dude? You're either going to climb a tree, defend yourself, or die. Because mama bear ain't going to take kindly to you petting baby bear. When it comes to government, though, when they're trying to disarm you, think about it. Seriously, put some thought into it. Government, many people still believe that government has their best interest at heart. Most of those people are on the dole. They receive their food from government. They receive their rent subsidy from government. They receive maybe a check from welfare from the government. They receive subsidies from the government. Some farmers even get paid not to grow crops by the government. The government is making more and more people dependent upon government. Well, when suddenly all your sustenance and everything that's coming to you comes from government, you're dependent on government, and if you violate their rules, well, things stop coming. Such people that are totally dependent upon government, I really don't have much hope that they're going to arm themselves, except maybe to steal our food when the government stops giving them their food. I'm talking to self-sufficient, loyal, patriotic Americans that just want to be left alone. They don't want anything from anybody. They work for their daily bread. And they want to defend what they've got, what's theirs, including their lives and their family. Surrender your arms, you won't have any of it, including your family, for long. This administration and the globalists behind them don't have good things in store for you. So, I urge you all to exercise your right, your God-given right, to arm yourselves, come together, and take the Republic back. For more information on my plan of action for that, go to my article or on YouTube. You can look for my video, A Plan of Action. Actually, I embedded the YouTube video into the article so you can get both at my site. I actually put a plan of action and the Declaration of Restoration, April 15, 2014, on the menu on my blog, so you will find that very easily. I'm trying to make my blog a little bit more navigable and easier to find my articles. So, with that said, God save the Republic.